You know that confident, charming smile a narcissist puts on? Ever wonder what's really going on behind it? Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating paradox, something right at the heart of narcissism. Its powerful, totally unbreakable link to the past.
Yeah, on the surface, they seem like they're masters of the now, right? They're performers, always focused on their current image, their immediate needs, and the attention they can get in this very moment. But that's only half the story, not even. Because see, underneath that whole perfectly crafted present-day performance, there's a ghost named the past. And no matter how fast they run or how flawlessly they perform, that past never, ever lets them go. It's a constant, silent haunting.
So to really get this haunting, we've got to look at this fundamental split, this crack really, right inside their psyche. It's a story of two opposing forces, a mask that's hiding a deep, unhealed wound.
Okay, so this lays it out perfectly. On one hand, you've got the false self, the charmer, the confident one who's always in control. That's the face they show the world. But then, on the other side, buried deep down is the wounded self, that little kid who felt unseen, unloved, and just fundamentally not good enough. The entire narcissistic structure is built to protect this wounded part, while at the same time pretending it doesn't even exist.
The brilliant psychologist Carl Jung actually had a name for this hidden part. He called it the shadow. It's where we push everything we don't like about ourselves. Now, for most of us, our shadow is just a few dark corners. But for the narcissist, wow, the shadow is basically their entire authentic past, all locked away. So where did this all start? How did this fracture even happen? To find the real source of this haunting, we have to go way back to the very beginning, to the experiences that created that wound in the first place. And this is the heart of it, right here. Long before the manipulation, they were just a kid who desperately needed love. But that love wasn't free. It had strings attached. They were praised for what they did, not for who they were. They learned pretty quick that perfection got them rewards, but their real, authentic self, that was met with rejection or just ignored. And from all of that, the child learns this just devastating lesson. Think about this for a second. To be loved, I must not be me. Can you imagine? To get the one thing you need most as a human being, you have to kill off who you really are? That's where the soul just fractures.
And this is what you get. Out of that fracture, the false self is born. It's this beautiful, perfect mask, right? Designed to get all the approval they're starving for. But it's all built over a broken mirror, a shattered sense of self they can't even stand to look at.
Okay, so now let's get into the mechanics of it. How does this build into a cycle that just never ends? Why can't the past just stay in the past?
Well, Carl Jung nailed it again with this one. It's so simple, but so profound. See, most of us deal with our past by facing it, right? The narcissist, they do the exact opposite. They try to bury it, pretend it never happened. But as Jung warned us, what you resist doesn't just disappear. It sticks around. It persists. It actually gets stronger in the dark. So, the past isn't gone. It's just waiting. And every big thing in the narcissist's life today, a new partner, a failure at work, even a tiny little rejection, it becomes a mirror. But it's not reflecting what's happening now. It's reflecting that original wound they've been running from their whole life.
And that's what kicks off this totally predictable, repetitive loop. Something happens in the present, they get criticized, let's say, that acts like a mirror to that old deep-down feeling of I'm not good enough. And bam, the childhood wound is wide open again. So the reaction you see, the rage, the gaslighting, all of it, it's not about you, it's not about right now. It's a frantic defense against the pain of yesterday.
All right, now let's really turn inward and look at the huge psychological price they pay for keeping up this illusion. It's like they've built their own prison of perfection and they're trapped inside. Think about it. Keeping that false self up takes a ton of energy, 24/7. So what happens when the mask slips, even for a second? All those emotions they've been shoving down for years just come flooding back, and they don't even feel like feelings anymore. They feel like ghosts.
And these are the main ghosts that are always chasing them. This deep, crippling shame for not being perfect. This overwhelming terror of being abandoned, which is just an echo of that conditional love from childhood. These are the things that creep in during the quiet moments, when the audience is gone.
And that is exactly why a narcissist always needs an audience, why they need that supply. It's not just about ego, the attention, the admiration. It's a shield. It's a distraction from the one thing they're truly terrified of, being alone with themselves.
Okay, so we've gone deep into their world. But let's bring it all back to the most important question here. What does all this mean for you? For anyone who's been hurt by a narcissist?
Yeah, so what does this mean for you? Because if you've been through this isn't just some interesting psychological theory. Understanding their haunting is literally the key to your own freedom. It's how you start to reframe what happened and actually begin to heal.
And this is the absolute most important thing to get. Their cruelty, their rage, their criticism. It was never, ever truly about you. You just happened to be the one holding up the mirror that showed them the past they refused to face. They didn't attack you, they attacked the reflection.
So your path to freedom starts right here, with this understanding. First, get that you woke up their past just by being you. Realize you became the enemy just because you threatened their illusion. And the most powerful move you can make? Refuse to fight in their shadow war. Just step away. Let them be haunted by what they refuse to heal, while you walk free.
And at the end of the day, this is the powerful, simple truth. The past doesn't haunt people who have healed. It only haunts those who keep pretending it never existed. Healing comes from looking at it all, the good and the bad. The narcissist's haunting continues for one reason: they choose the illusion over the truth, every single time.
So we'll end on this. The narcissist's entire tragedy is built on the belief that they have to erase their past to be worthy of love. But the real truth? Our past, with all of its mess and all of its beauty, is what makes us who we are. It makes us whole. So the real question isn't, who are you without your past? It's, who could you become if you finally chose to embrace it?